Hello everyone, this is Cerebro's Thomas Rose coming at you with a deck profile from the weekend, and we're here with Sebastian Bloomers. Tell us about what you played.
So this past weekend in Reading at Eclectic Games Regional, I played Striker to a second place finish, unfortunately losing to our lovely cameraman in the final round. I really like the deck. Shall we just get into it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Right, so obviously I played through Ray. That's not much to explain there. And then I played 6 hand traps. So 3 Ash and 3 Impermanence. These are the 6 that do something in every single matchup, so they're the 6 I wanted to play. I was kind of scared of FTK, but I kind of just accepted that I wasn't going to main for that because I would lose in other matchups, and I actually dodged FTK all the whole event, so that was kind of nice.
Was there much FTK at the event?
There were at least a few. I don't think there wasn't like this mass thing, and that was one of the things that I did actually count on. People have moral objections to FTK or just can't get the cards or whatever. And so there's actually not that much FTK at your average regional.
Yeah, I think there was one in the top cut, so yeah. There was some representation.
Yeah. So the rest of the deck was spells. That's obviously 6 monsters, 3 traps, and so it's 3 engage, 3 anchor, really obvious. I played 2 multi-roll. I don't like 3 because it's not a starter card, but you do definitely need 2. 2 Area 0, again, hard once per turn, not 3 of. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is quite standard. This card gets worse and worse the fewer striker mirrors there are. And right now, I played 0 striker mirrors in the event. I did play against 2 Trickstar, and it's still good there. It still has other applications, but it's not a card that's getting any better at the moment. So that's it for the striker spells. And then
So that was 15 Sky Striker spells?
Something like that, yeah. I believe so. And the rest of the spells, we got 2 Terraforming, 3 Foolish Goods, and Metal Fusion. 3 is really good. It's just like one of the best things to open. Rota, Upstart. I played 2 Pot of Desires. In a format where mirrors are less and less common, Desires is good because you really want to get to your good cards earlier rather than play a grind game, because most of the other decks will just win on their turn 3. So you also need to win on your turn 3. Okay,
so if you're reckoning to win on turn 3, what's the justification for not playing all 3 Pot of Desires?
So the justification is it doesn't do anything in multiples at all. Like, it is a blank. Like, Metal Fusion is better than Pot of Desires after you've resolved Pot of Desires in a turn. You are also never ever able to resolve 2, and sometimes you will get into a grind game without meaning to. You do want to win on turn 3. Sometimes it doesn't happen. I liked 2. I don't even know if I'll continue to play it going forward, but this weekend I definitely wanted it. Then the last 3 cards the last 6 cards are kind of just tech cards. So 3 Shed Ride and 3 Twin.
So this is the only real space for making decisions about what meta you're facing, and these you felt were the best.
Yeah. So my logic is it's a regional. It's not a YCS. There will be some number of people on just Geist, the Mirrors, Trickstar, something like that, and therefore you need Twin Twisters. I really wish I could play Ogre, but Ogre's a terrible hand trap at the moment. It's really good in the mirror, but not good in anything else. Shared Ride is a card that is really, really good in the mirror, and really, really good against Trickstar, and in most other matchups, only ever 1-for-1s, but 1-for-1 I thought was good enough, and I felt that in the matchups where it was so powerful that I really wanted to play it.
I suppose you also have some utility in being able to activate it even just turn 1 to put a spell in graveyard to hit threshold.
The number of times I just activated Shared Ride during my turn is actually silly, even if there's no way I'm getting value from the actual Shared Ride itself.
Yeah.
So that's the main deck, 40 cards. Want it to be as consistent as possible. We'll do extra next. Yep. So I played 9 strikers. You'll notice that I didn't play base, so 9 of these is really important. I don't think you win the games where you have to base, but I do think you need 9 in your extra deck. They're the only things you really go into, except Laurel Sword. But I did play some Nightmares anyway, because in theory you want to go into these. Normally only make these like if you need to link off a monster that you've stolen from your opponent.
Yep.
Cerberus is actually really important in the Thunder Dragon matchup now, because you normally impermanence the first one, or Widow Anchor the first one for not 3, just so you can do your plays, and then you have to get rid of it so it doesn't just activate again, like reactivate at the end of the turn. So Cerberus is actually quite important for that. Bomber, I did make this a couple of times, just pushes for damage. Boral Sword is just for doing game. It's the most made card outside of the Striker Links. And this is just a target for Super Poly. It's a Dark and a Fusion. So it's the most flexible against Thunder Dragon, because you can get any 2 fusions off the board, basically.
Okay, and that is only coming in against Thunder Dragons?
Only being played against Thunder Dragons. I've only got Super Poly for Thunder Dragons. Theoretically, you can play it against Invoked as well. I've not considered whether it's worth playing in that matchup yet.
Okay.
Because I've not played any Invoked.
Does he do anything when he's on the board, or is he just there as a removal tool?
So he has a quick effect to put a counter on an opponent's monster, and while that monster has a counter, its level becomes 2. Its level becomes 1, and it negates the activated effects of those monsters. Now, if it negated continuous effects, that would be really relevant in the Thunder Dragon matchup, but because it only negates activated effects, it's really not that relevant. You really just use it as a removal.
Okay. But you can still use it to turn off a Titan if you fuse away 2 Colossus.
You can indeed, and that can come up.
Sure.
So that's the extra deck. And then the last bit is the side. So I started with 6 cards for FDK. So Droll is obviously the best hand trap, and Curry Photon is a card I really like. It means that you can't die by battle or by their effect. So if they go second, you can side this in, and they can't just attack you for game. It is literally just discard, pay 2,000, you take no damage for the rest of the turn. And that seemed really good to me. Again, I dodged FDK, but this was good in theory, in case I had to play against it. I played 4 cards for Thunder Dragons. This is like a 4th Apocrypha. Apocrypha is actually better because it doesn't block up your extra monster zone. But I don't like Metaion because you're forced to play Clara, and I think Clara is actively terrible because it also blocks your extra monster zone. And takes your normal summon, so I'd rather just play 4 Apocrypha. If I could just play 4 of this.
Did you play against any Thunder Dragons in the event?
I did. I played against one. I 2-0'd him quite quickly.
Did you find your side deck cards in that one, or
I didn't
just
actually
use the engine
them.
pieces?
Use the engine pieces. That can happen. It's not as one-sided as people were led to believe. And then the last bit is just backer removal, so I played 2 Stormduster and 3 Typhoon. Typhoon is really good because it also functions as a hand trap in a lot of matchups. So Draco, which I played one of, it just functions as like a Ghost Ogre for their field spell, as well as an out to their floodgates. And obviously against Altergeist, it can hit spoofings and things from the hand. And in the Striker Mirror, which again I didn't play, it's just an out to their multi-roll. And then this is just, it hits 2, so why would I not play it? But it's obviously better going first, whereas this goes in either.
So you mentioned that you played against Draco and against Thunder Dragons. What were your matchups throughout the day?
So round 1, I played a kid in his Elemental Hero deck as first regional. I obviously managed that one. Then I played against Draco. I played against... I don't remember what I played against round 3. Played against Thunder Dragons. Oh no, I played Thunder Dragons round 3. Then I played against 2 Trickstar Sky Striker in a row, and then I played against BA in the final round, which is the one I lost.
Okay.
So
is there anything that you'd change about the deck if you were going back to the event?
Like obviously in hindsight, I know I didn't play FDK, so I could have like played more cards that would have interacted better with the matchups I played, but that's obviously better with hindsight. Going forward, I feel like I have to be more scared of FDK, so some of the cards like Shared Ride, which are good in not FDK matchups, might have to be swapped for maybe Drolls or other things that do well against FDK.
Okay, so looking slightly more cautious with the deck building going forwards.
FDK is quite oppressive if people do decide to play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so shout-outs to the team, obviously, before I do, Team Cerebros, and our sponsor, Card Market. It was a good event. Shout-out to the Bristol boys for driving along with me. And that's it. Any more questions?
That's all. Thank you very much. And we'll see you at the next event.
Yes.
This is Team Cerebros signing out.